There's something on your mind, and I can tell from the way you look at me. Ooh, the Seven of Pentacles. Waiting and working, and tired of waiting and working. Tired of waiting and working. What do you have on your mind? What do you have on your mind? What are you coping with, dealing with right now? The bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. So this is about disagreements, arguments, challenges, frustrations, and now you're simply tired of doing the work. You're like, oh my God, is this ever gonna pay off? Is this work ever gonna pay off? Hold on, I'm thirsty. Yep, I brought me whatever's left in that gallon of water to drink. Seven of Pentacles, waiting and working. Tending to your own garden. It's like there's been a disagreement, and now you're tending to your own garden. And everybody and their drama is like sitting back at the drive-in theater, and you see all the screens, but right now you're not dialed into the station. Like, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I don't have my radio. I can see you, but I can't hear you. I don't have the radio station tuned to the dial of the drama of your life. That's what it says. That's what it says. Let's see what else we have. The Eight of Cups. Walk away. Walk away, walk away. Why do we walk away? Because the Sun is at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Cups and the Sun. I know joy. The Sun at the bottom of the deck says, I know joy. I know love and peace and happiness. And I've learned a lot. I've learned that it doesn't serve me well to sit and tune my dial to your drama. So, walk away, walk away, walk away. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. And one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah, but there's been some consciousness, some awareness, you know. You tried to inspire, you stood your ground, you showed love, you gave the opportunity, but when it wasn't met with love and it was met with opposition, you realized that you couldn't tune to that drama any longer. Save the drama for your mama is the energy I'm picking up. Save the drama for your mama. Let's see what else we have coming out of the deck tonight. On this impromptu. What else? There is something on your mind. What is on your mind? What do you want to talk about? What do you got going on? Well, the Page of Wands. Ooh, I see a youngster calling out, screaming out. A youngster calling out for some attention. It's like your inner child. I feel like this is your inner child saying, hey, remember me? I'm over here. Let's play. Let's have some fun today. Let's play. Let's have a new adventure. Let's set out on a new adventure. The bottom of the deck is the World. The World is a successful completion to a saga, a soul connection that you walked away from because you had to stand up for what was right and let other people carry their own burdens. Because, you know, when you sit there and you try to carry the burdens of another person, you eat the fruit of their planting. It's their fruit. A lot of people call it karma, but it's their fruit. And when you try to carry their burdens, you're so busy consuming the fruit of what they've planted that you can't even enjoy the fruit of your own planting. And it reminds me of a Bible scripture that says, you will know a man by the fruit he produces. Something along those lines. It says, you will know who they are by the fruit that they produce. And so this world tree right now is speaking to me saying, hey, I got your good fruit that you've worked so hard for over here. And your inner child's like, yeah, I found it. Come on, it's over here. It's over here. It's over here. Come this way. Come this way. Let's see. There is something on your mind, on the way you look at me. There is something on your mind. 9 of Swords. Mental exhaustion. I hear mental exhaustion. Tired of thinking about it. Tired of trying to figure it out. What is it you're tired of trying to figure out? Oh, God. The 2 of Cups. Tired of trying to figure out the love. Tired of trying to figure out how to keep it together. How to show love. How to be supportive. How to be loving. It's caused some mental exhaustion. Worries coming up, fears coming up late at night. I mean, it is 1:30 in the morning, Las Vegas time. Where are you tuning in from? What time is it in your city? What is your city? The 9 of Swords is also a card of 9s in the minor all relate back to the 9 of the major. The 9 of the major is the Hermit. This is the soul seeker. This is the one who turns inside for counsel. I'm not going to ask you for counsel. I'm going to see what I need to do. This person is often very solitary, and even in this card we have one woman in the bed with a hand across her head. I just need to breathe. I just need a break. I just need some rest. I'm weary. I'm tired of thinking about this. Tired. Mental exhaustion coming up. The bottom of the deck, though, is this love. There is love in this. But for whatever reason, now it's causing mental exhaustion. When this love came in, though, you were looking at expecting good things, unconditionally loving, learning new things, growing and expanding your own heart. You know, you had waited for this opportunity for a long time. This was a new person coming in who knew how to love. And how did you end up in mental exhaustion? Oh, my Lord, Chief. Well, there is something on your mind. And the thing of it is going round and round with the 8 of Swords. That what's on your mind is going. This is a repetitive thought, repetitious thinking. This is also focus. So we could be dealing with someone here, you, or it could be you or them, thinking and stuck in your head like I said, like this is what got you to the 9 of Swords, the 8 of Swords, trying to figure it out. Is what got you to the 9 of Swords, the mental exhaustion. So continually trying to solve, continually trying to understand, continually trying to stay focused with all these other ideas going and surrounding you, all these other energies around you, led to the mental exhaustion of the 9 of Swords. And just confirming that fact, look what we have at the bottom of the deck here. But oh, it's the Ace of Swords. This is you and your truth. 8 plus 1 equals 9. Oh, snappity snap snap. So I really feel like in this 8 of Swords energy that came up, like, you found your truth, you found your facts, you got clarity, and you decided that you needed to focus on that regardless of what was going around. But it was still around. And although your eyes are covered and you're not doing anything about it because you've strapped yourself to your truth, you can still hear it and you're still sitting in that energy. And so it took a lot of work, which is how you ended up at the mental exhaustion state of the 9 of Swords. Oh, good Lord. Well, what else do you want to say? There is something on your mind. From the way you look at me, there is something on your mind, pretty baby, by the way you look at me. What else? What is on the mind? What is on your mind? Well, we have another card that wants to grace us with this information. The Knight of Swords. Charge! Or is it charge it? Somebody's been doing some shopping in order to calm that which is on their mind. Oh, Lordy. A little shopping addiction going on. A little coping through shopping for somebody. But charge. This is like charge. Okay, so this is like the straw that breaks the camel back. And it's like, okay, listen, I'm tired of hearing this. And here, let me just lay it out for you. And it comes out, and there's the truth. What's at the bottom of the deck? The Death card. The Death card. Transformation. When you hit that state of mental exhaustion, that 9 of Swords energy, and you went within and you said, I'm just exhausted of trying to figure this out. This love thing. It created a transformation within you. It created a transformation within you. And that transformation that came within you was because there were some things that you had held back from saying, but they were on your mind, and you were still trying to hold on. And it was like, but you got tired of listening to the same story over and over again, and you just wanted to get away from it because it was beginning to affect you emotionally. But whoever you spoke to about it, like, they didn't see. They just continued in the same course, and they couldn't see. So you had to make a choice based off of your life experiences that you've made, and you had to charge forward. And what do you charge forward from is this transformation energy. So you've gone recently through a whole, like, transformation. You've gone through a whole transformation that's affected your responses. Like, your responses are not the same as they used to be. Your energy is different. And as you're ascending, your energy is vibrating higher. So even, like, let's say, okay, in the past, before you ascended, before you had your spiritual awakening, like, maybe your highest vibration was, let's say, here. This was your baseline. There's a whole video about the baseline. Google it. What's your baseline? It's on my channel. Or, not Google it, but YouTube it, you know, for more on the baseline. But your baseline was here. And then as you have ascended and raised your baseline vibration, it's now here. So where before, like, if you dipped here, it wasn't so noticeable, you know, because you were only here anyway. You were on a lower vibration yourself, and so dipping down here was like just a irritation, a minor irritation, right? But since now you've ascended and you've raised your vibration and now you're vibrating up here, noticing how I'm like in the crown chakra energy with that, right? So you're vibrating in a more spiritual place, in a more a place of higher frequency. If you dip down here, like, whoa, the difference, you see, such a vast difference. So the sensitivity to that same dip, to that same vibration that before wouldn't affect you, it would just be a minor irritation. Now it's like, oh my God, it's overwhelmingly noticeable, and it's so unpleasant. Hello, Christina. I'm glad you could join me. It's so unpleasant to have that happen when you're used to vibrating up here. Okay? So now, here's the thing. The world around you, what I'm hearing is the world around you doesn't get it. The people who are in your life every day don't get it. Because, you know, the same type of shit used to happen, and last year this shit didn't bother you at all. And the truth is, they're absolutely right. It did not bother you at all last year. But see, over the last year, you've raised your vibration so much that what didn't bother you at all, you now have more vibrational sensitivity to, because you have raised your vibration, and your vibration is no longer baseline down here. In other words, this is no longer your normal vibrational high, or proclivity, or average vibration throughout the day. Now you're used to vibrating up here. This is where you stay most of the day, most of the time. Like, you're so much happier now. So when last year, when you would dip down here, dip down just a little bit, like it was no big deal. It didn't bother you so much. Oh, you're telling me about your friend's car that broke down. Yeah, no big deal. I could hear that. But now you're vibrating up here and you're hearing about somebody's car that broke down, and it's like, oh my God, this has shit to do with me. Your friend always has a problem. It's not my problem. And you're noticing how it's affecting you in a greater degree. And so what I'm hearing is this is why, as you raise your vibration, you'll find that a lot of people won't tolerate your ass anymore, or you won't tolerate their ass anymore. And why do we say that? Because, you know, they don't like it when you can't get into their drama. Like I said, it's like sitting at the back of a drive-in theater, or let's just say you're right outside the gates of the drive-in theater. Because your vibration is so high, you're not tuned to the drama on everybody's screen. You might be able to observe it, but you don't know what's going on. You don't hear. You don't even know what movie they're watching. There's movies playing. I don't have the station. I don't know what's going on. It's not my business. And it's like, as you've tuned yourself to this higher vibration, you have more of a habit of focusing on what is your business rather than their business. And I'm hearing, unless their business benefits you, but is that even true? You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes their business, you are a benefit to them, but it's like when you can hold yourself up here and it's still attracted to you, it's because the ones that are attracted to you with their drama when you're holding yourself up here are ones who want to go there too. So the ones that we're talking about are ones that want to stay down here or lower off the screen. You know what I'm saying? Low. They're not trying to move up here, or they're not in the process of moving up here, or they're not reaching for that vibration. And so cannot compute, cannot hear you. I'm not tuned to that station, is what's going on. So there is something on your mind. And what is it? What are the cards going to talk about? Oh, here we go. Another card coming out for us. We have the King of Cups. This is a matter of emotional mastery. Emotional mastery, up to bat. What you going to do with that? Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Emotional mastery comes up because 8 of Swords. So this is coming across in 2 ways. You've been focused. You've been focused, yet you've been sitting in the energy. I'm seeing each of these swords as other people's energy that you've been sitting in. You've been sitting in, you've been observant, you've had to be... Some of you are experiencing this where I'm seeing somebody who sits in an office with a lot of different people. Hold on. I forgot my wine glass. Can you believe it? Anyways, so you're sitting in an office with all these other people, and you're doing everything in your power to stay in a higher vibration, right? And as a result, you're coming out an emotional master. Like you're learning what to tune to, what to tune out, what to remove from your memory on your dial selector on your radio. Like before, you could just push number 1 and it would tune you right into the frequency of this person. And when you push button number 2, oh, here we go. So button number 1 would tune you into negative Nancy. Button number 2 would tune you into Debbie Downer. You know, and button number 3 would tune you into Carlos Chismoso. And button number, you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, you just cleared all that. And you were like, I'm going to tune this to spirit. I'm going to tune this to love. I'm going to tune this one to peace. That one's going to happiness. And that one's going to go to Melinda NailFanatic because she goes live every day. Oh my God. And I feel so good when I listen to that. You changed your automatic settings on your tuner. And so now it's like, how did you get on that station? Hold on. Let me push one of my buttons. I'm going to push one of my buttons that I've pre-selected of what I want to be tuned to. There you go with that emotional mastery coming up. And so this comes up in different ways, but it's about staying emotionally balanced while you're sitting within this energy that you're like, I can't see you. I know you're there. I can feel it. But it's not mine. I'm going to focus. Because, see, you've already had, by the time you've gotten to this 8 of Swords energy, you already had enough challenges and struggles and competitions from other people, arguments and disagreements, and you were like, oh my God, I don't like that energy. I got to get out of this. And so you couldn't always run away from it, but you could tune your attention differently, and then you got really good at that. And then you learned how to stay focused. And out of that focus came emotional mastery. And so when you have to act to safeguard your vibration, you do it now. You do that now. So let's see. What else? 2 cards flipping right out of the deck. The Queen of Cups and the 6 of Swords. So this is it right here. When somebody is completely... The Queen of Cups is coming through in a low vibrational way right now. And then there's you. So there's somebody who's really upset, disappointed, angry, whatever it is. They could be jealous, envious. This person could be just very sad, emotional. They're experiencing their emotions without the mastery intact. They're still learning about... I mean, they're just, I see, the way I'm seeing this person right now is like they just receive all the emotions. So every little thing that goes on around them, like, upsets them. They're so upset about everything. And so here you are, hopping in your mental boat, going away from it. You're like, okay, I know how to tune to one of my preset channels because, you know, I'm not set to that shit no more. How did the radio even get on there? That must be part of the old program. Because it's not part of the new settings. I have new settings. I put new settings in this. Let's see what's going on the bottom of the deck. The 2 of Swords. 2 of Swords. There it is. This is where you made the decision to stalemate that energy in your life. You had made that decision. You know, no whining. If you're not doing something about it, I'm not going to listen to your boo-hooing. If you're not making progress, I'm not going to engage. I will not engage. Will not engage with those who are not interested in doing what they have in their power to do. If they're refusing to hear the advice, if I give this advice and then they come back to me the next day or 2 days later or a week later or a month later and it's the same thing all over again and none of the advice has been applied, well, yeah, a decision will have to be made. And what is the decision that has to be made? It's to sail away, sail away. Is that an Anya song? Sail away? I don't know it. Somebody does who's going to watch this video. And you're laughing right now, and that's great. because that's kind of why you hop in your boat and you get away from the misery, because misery loves company, but laughing and misery are not, they're not harmonistic. They're not synergistic. So you're looking for things that are synergistic to laughing energy, to playing energy. And this person could even be saying to you, you turned your back on me, you abandoned me, and you're saying, I sure the hell did. But you know what, whoever they're saying it to, I feel like you're not even hearing it from with your physical ears, or maybe you are. But you're just like, yep, I sure the hell did. I had to preserve my state of mind because I was exhausted. I needed a break. I was mentally exhausted. I needed a break. Let's see. What else? Well, there is something on your mind. The 9 of Pentacles. So here, the source says, here you are being so independent. We're so proud of you. In this independent energy, there are great gains for you. Earlier we spoke about you went through a transformation when the Death card came out. The Death card is back at the bottom. The transformation you've gone through and your choice to move away from the misery and not join in and make it your best company brings you great gains in your physical world. It actually makes you look younger and more beautiful and sexier. Some of you, by doing this, are going to find that literally weight is dropping off of your waistline, and now you got that Coca-Cola shape, and you're like, whoa, I didn't know I had that up under there. And you didn't even change your diet. You didn't join nobody's gym. Like, you didn't do nothing. You're just falling off, and you're like, whoa, what happened? Oh, shit, I started honoring the calling of my soul that says I deserve love and peace and happiness, and I stopped indulging in all the drama and that chisme, and the gossip, and the anger, and the hate, and all that other people's drama that is not mine. I told them, save the drama for your mama. And I removed their channels from my tuner, and I set my own tunes, my own preset stations. I reset them to something that felt like love. There's one that was love and peace and happiness, and Melinda NailFanatic, and fun and joy and play. And you decided to set into those stations. Does that mean that it was easy every day? No. But you never dilly-dallied and stayed lower in that vibration longer than you had to. As soon as you felt it, it was so uncomfortable going there because you're so used to being up here now that you were like, I gotta get back up there, I gotta get back up there. And you did everything in your power to get back up there. But see, the ones that you had to remove from your tuner, they're comfortable there. They're comfortable in the lower vibrations because they haven't learned and in other words, they might have peaks where they hit up there. They may have peaks where they hit that high vibration, right? But they've never stayed there long enough to make that their way of being, to make that their natural choice, their comfort zone. It's actually really uncomfortable for them to be really comfortable, to be really happy, high vibrational. It's like if you take a person who has been always in squalor and decrepit environment, and you put them in a lavish luxury with service and everything, like, it won't take long for them to freak out. It's overwhelming for them. So likewise, this misery loves company, but it's really uncomfortable up here in the higher vibrations because it doesn't know anything about being in that state. So something interesting happens when you try to bring these two vibrations and you try to meld them. You try to bring them together. Well, see, we've talked about the disc. Abraham Hicks speaks about the high-flying disc. Well, we talk about how fast it's spinning. You know, the higher frequency spins faster, and the lower frequency spins slower. So imagine the two discs. Here we have one that's spinning really fast. There you go. You're happy. You're high vibrational. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for me. Because everything is always working out for me. And then you have somebody else who's like, how can you mend a broken heart? How can I keep my eyes from crying? And what would happen if you take and try to put them together? They're going to create friction if you can get them to be held in place. But let's just say you just set them together and you don't try to force them to stay. One is going to spin way the hell off, and it's the lower vibration one that's going to spin way the hell off. It's not going to stay. So when you have somebody who's like, because I'm happy, yeah, and then you have somebody who's like, I'm Mr. Lonely, I have nobody to call my own, and then you try to force them to stick together. First off, the higher vibrational one, there's going to be friction there. If you can get them to stick in the same energy, in the same space, like they're not spinning at the same speed, right? This one's going this way, this one's going really slow. So it's going to scratch, it's going to cut, and pretty soon it's going to wear, you know what I'm saying? It's going to create heat, hot, fight, anger. But eventually one of them is going to spin off. Where is it going to go? Well, we won't know, because we're still going to be spinning. Because if you have, I don't know, if you have the opportunity to play this experiment out, or if any of you has a video that would be a great example of this, please do send it to me so I can share it, because it's so clear in my mind. Like the slower spinning item is going to fly right off. It's going to be launched right off. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, do you remember trying to get on the merry-go-round on the playground? The old school one, you know? The old school one. You tried to, and the kids were spinning the merry-go-round real fast, and your little slow self tried to jump on and got thrown right off. Yeah. It's like that. It's a lot like that. I mean, seriously, and if you did happen to get onto that fast spinning merry-go-round, you had better held on, because that merry-go-round was spinning so fast that it would throw you if you, it would throw you. Good nails, it did not break. I love it. It stayed intact. It's perfectly intact. Anyways, it would throw you off if you didn't get a good grip and hold on. So, at the same time, what I'm seeing, this is interesting. Another thing that I'm being shown is, and if you did hold on and you stayed on that merry-go-round and it spun too fast for too long, you usually ended up feeling a little woozy, maybe queasy, maybe a little. It did not bother the merry-go-round to spin that fast, but us kids that was trying to sit on it, if we sat there too long, it would literally make us ill. And so what I'm being shown is, when you are in the presence of ones who are trying to force a connection with you, or you're trying to force a connection with them, and you're vibrating too high, your frequency is too high, your vibrational spinning disc is moving too fast, it will cause illness. It can cause physical illness for that to try to sustain itself. And it's like, either they're going to have to make the choice to spin faster with you, or you're going to have to make the choice to slow your shit down and lower your frequency again. Oh, pray that you always choose yourself and your higher frequency, because, boy, it's a lot of work to get there. I mean, I've been doing this work for, I want to say, at least 7 or 8 years, like, consistently and extremely focusedly for at least 5 years. Probably 5 or 6. Very, very focusedly, more having an idea of what I was doing. You know, I first heard about it 7 or 8 years ago. It takes time to get there, you know. So be very aware of the way these energies work. And I hope that you've enjoyed this broadcast. I myself needed to take a drive, and my spirit moved me to just grab a big old gallon of water and take a drive and listen to some good music. And then they said, okay, park over there. And I'm like, okay, now make a video. I'm like, oh, okay, do I even have tarot cards? Yes, you do. Look in there. And I'm like, oh, okay, I have tarot cards. I always got tarot cards. Anyways, Put your comments below. Let me know how this video served you. I pray that it finds you at the perfect timing, and I'm sure it will, because everything is always working out for me, and everything in my world is on purpose, and now you're part of my world. So yeah. With all that being said and done, until next time, I'm sending you blessings of love and peace and happiness. Later.